Thank you. I appreciate this topic coming up today. I actually have a question about LinkedIn and reaching out to recruiters. So I've been told by a couple of folks that they would recommend you contact companies you're interested in and just express that. And I'm curious to know what the polite and polished way of doing that is. Is there a certain methodology or terminology that you would recommend? I don't want to come on strong and overtly say, hey, I'd love to chat with you. Is there some way to say that in a more, professional way?
Yeah, I mean, if you can find out who the recruiter is, more so than the hiring managers aren't as likely to get back in touch with you. Though if you want to reach out to them as well, by all means, it can't hurt. But if you can find, say, the recruiter that's associated with the company you want to join, or the HR administrator or whatnot, someone from that particular area of the company, find them on LinkedIn, reach out to them, and just say, hey, my name is Katrina Wilson. I've been following your company for a little while now. Very much interested in some of the things that you guys have been doing. I feel that my background, skill set, and kind of future career aspirations, can definitely help your company grow, as well as helping myself further my career in X area or this specific area. Would love to take a moment whenever you can to just chat about what it is your company is looking for, what I can bring to the table, and if nothing else, let's connect on LinkedIn. Send them a LinkedIn connection request as well, and then kind of go from there. Most recruiters will be just would love anyone reaching out from that particular perspective. Some of them, may not get back to you. Some of them, just may feel they only have time to deal with those individuals for which, they can actually fill a position at the moment. Kind of fair enough from that perspective. It goes both ways as well. When, people reach out to candidates, and if they're not looking, they're going to ignore that email or message as well. But that's the approach I would take. I don't think you're going to get anything back that's going to be rude or whatnot. And if you do, guess what? You've just discovered a company that you don't probably want to work for from that particular perspective. But that's the direction I would take. And don't feel shy about it, right? I mean, if there's 100 companies you want to work for, or that, employ someone at a position you want, send it out to 100 kind of thing, or start off at 20, see where that goes, go to the next 20. And kind of go from there from that perspective. And if you do find an opportunity that's actually open, then even better, because you'll be tied into the recruiter, almost right away. And one thing, and I'm not sure if it would have come up or whatnot, but one thing to note, whether you're looking for a job at the moment or not looking for a job at the moment, definitely get in touch with people, right? Let's just say the recruiter, for lack of a better, kind of person kind of thing, or HR, etc. Get in touch with them. Find out what the company is about, what it is that they look for when they're hiring people. Find out, salary if you want, in terms of those expectations. But, kind of get in touch with recruiters, make sure you're, kind of somewhat staying in touch with them, because it's a lot easier to, in a sense, and a lot less stressful to find a job when you're not looking for a job, right? And the advantages to knowing recruiters at the beginning of, or early on in phases, or even after you've just joined a company, is that when they have positions that match your profile, which you've described to them in terms of what you'd potentially be interested in, you'll get a heads up on those opportunities opening up. And they're not going to bug you when there's an opportunity you've kind of said, okay, you wouldn't be interested in, right? So if I'm interested in someone and I've spoken to them, I'm only going to be trying to communicate with them when I know it's going to be worth their while. From that particular perspective. You also gain market insight, and when you do need a job, or when you're looking for a job, you have people who know you, who are going to be able to kind of help you out, and they're going to see who it is, and they'll be more likely to respond to what that email is or that message is, because you're familiar to them from that perspective.
I love that point about always working on the relationships with folks, even when you're not actively looking, because you can't fast track a relationship. So when you really need that relationship to be there, because you've gotten laid off or something unexpected has happened, you can't then really quickly put in all the work and develop it and then ask the question, because they're gonna be like, well, where have you been all this time? Obviously you're being transactional and you're reaching out because you want something. So great point. always be networking, even when you may not necessarily need it at that time, because there will come a time when you do need it. It's like having good credit, right? You don't just start working on good credit when you want to buy something. You have to have it the whole time, because when you want to buy something, there's no time to have good credit. Same exact concept.